Okay, so I am going to do the advent of code. These are little daily coding challenges, and yeah, we're going to do the first one here. They're really fun to kind of figure out. They start really simple, kind of, and then get really more complex as time goes on. So I've already read the backstory. The backstory is always fun and cute and cool. Basically, this chief historian goes missing. All of his elves want to find him. They go into his office and look, and they find a list of locations with location IDs. But the location IDs are all messed up. Excuse me. The location IDs are all messed up, and the way that you fix these location IDs, the problem explains, is that you need to compare the smallest number in the left list to the smallest number in the right list, the first smallest number in the left list against the first smallest number in the right list, and get their difference. So the smallest number here is 1, the smallest number here is 3, the difference between 3 and 1 is 2. The next smallest number is 2, the next smallest number here is again another 3, the difference between that is 1. So you would add 2 plus 1. And you would just go on through this whole entire process with the fourth smallest number, the fifth smallest number, the sixth smallest number in each list. It kind of seems interesting or convoluted at first, but the key to understanding it is that in order to get the smallest number in any list is you just sort it. So you would sort both of these arrays, and the number in the first position of both arrays is going to be the smallest number of that array, and then the number in the second position is going to be the smallest number in that array. And then you just keep on doing that, and then you add those numbers up, and you come up with your answer. So yeah, let's get started on how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to do some pseudocode here. First, we need to. My dog is going crazy with the snoring. 1 second. Okay, if you hear my dog snoring, it's my dog snoring. It's annoying. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to import the input, right? And when we import the input, we want to basically read each line and format them into two arrays, because the input that they give you is just this. It's just like a text file. Like it's not like you code in this right here. So we're gonna have to copy this to an input. I've already copied it, an input file, and then deal with that. So that's the first thing we'll have to do. We'll have to import the input, read each line, format them into two arrays. Then we're gonna sort the arrays. And then we just iterate over the array and find the difference of each element in each position. Then return that. And that should be the solution to this problem, I think. Where is my... There it is. So I literally copied some code just a second ago because I forgot how to open files in Python. I have not worked with Python in quite a long time. So this is all I copied. So basically we're going to have an input.txt, and we're going to open it, and we're going to read each line of the file. I'm going to change my input right now to the sample input, because if I can do with the sample input what they did here and get 11 with my code, then I know that my other code is probably pretty sound, or the other input will be probably pretty sound. So let's just see, make sure, let's test everything that we are doing everything correctly. Okay, cool. We're just going to go one step at a time and test like every line of code just to make sure it works. So we're getting 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5, which is the input value. 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5, etc. right here. Okay. But instead of printing the whole line, what we want to do is we want to organize these into two arrays. So let's say array 1 is equal to that, and then we'll declare another one, array 2. And so for each line in a file, instead of grabbing the whole entire line, since this is a string, these are just strings, right? We can just string splice. Like this is just a whole string. We can just string splice it here. So we can say line 0, or I'm sorry, if you want to splice it, you starting is from 0 and you go to 1, right? I just want to go to position 1. So I want to grab that first number. So we'll print that. Yep, and that's what we get. 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 3. 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 3. Boom. And we can do that again, but we can start at position, let's see. So this is 1, 2, or 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Would it be 5? Will we start at position 5? Why is it printing it like that? Is it 4? Is it position 4? Yeah, it is position 4. Okay. 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 3. Huh. 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 3. Oh, because we're starting at 0. Sorry, put this here. There we go. 4, 3, 5, 3, 9, 3. 4, 3, 5, 3, 9, 3. Okay. So now we have both of these values, right? And instead of printing them or doing anything like that, we're going to just append them to this array. Okay, and then we're going to append this to array 2. Boom, there we go. And so what we should have is now, let's print both of these arrays. Array 1, array 2. Yep, we have 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 3, which is 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 3. And then we have 4, 3, 5, 3, 9, 3. 4, 3, 5. But since this is a text file and there's strings, there's an invisible new line character, and it looks like Python is picking that up. So all we need to do is, instead of going, we're starting at this position and going to the end of the string, we just need to splice one value, right? So then we're just cutting it off and we're just getting the only the value and not the new line. So 4, 3, 5, 3, 9, 3. 4, 3, 5, 3, 9, 3. Boom. Okay. So now that we have that, we've done this pseudocode, read each line and format into 2 arrays. We now need to sort the array. So let's do sorted 1 and sorted 2. And we'll call this, and I think we just call sorted in Python, and we're going to give it array 1. So this is going to sort our arrays. So now we should have sorted arrays. Again, we're just going to print this to make sure that's working correctly. Boom. And look, they're sorted. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5, 9. So those are now sorted. And all we need to do now is iterate through one of the arrays. So for element in sorted 1, let's just print the element to make sure we're doing it. Yep, we got it there. But we're also going to, since we're going to need to access the value of another array, and the arrays are the same length, we can just use the index that we are on this iteration. So we're going to say index element in sorted. And in order to get the index in Python, you have to enumerate your iterator. So this should give me the index. The index and the element. Yep, so we have our index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and our element. Okay? Then we should have declared a variable. Let's call it the difference. Oops. Let's call it the difference. And then the difference, well, we'll deal with the difference here in a second. Let's get the absolute value first. So what they want is the absolute value. They don't want the actual difference, I don't think. So like, we don't want to subtract 3 from 2 and get -1. We just want the actual difference. And Python has a my keyboard just died, so I'm going to switch keyboards. That's really fun. So Python has a absolute function, or an absolute value function, and so we're just going to take that threw me off. Okay, we're going to do the element minus the index, the value at the same index of the other array. So we'll do sorted 2 at the value of index. Okay, and that should give us what we need. But we have a problem here. It says unsupported type. That's because let's see. Oh man. Yeah, I'm on this new keyboard. Okay, we need to cast this into the right type. Same with this. Control X, because these are strings. And then we should get the absolute value. And we're not really doing anything with this right now. Let's take the difference and increment it by that absolute value. And what we should get is oh my gosh, I'm so much slower on this keyboard. 11, check that out. We got 11, which was their sample input right here. Okay, so now let's adjust this to our input. So we'll do Control A and then copy, and then we'll put this whole thing in here, and boom, that's our input. Now this is all going to be wrong because of the string splicing, because the first list was only one character, but this is much more. So let's find out what we need to do. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think we start, or we go to 5, and let's see. So we're at 5. Position 5, 6, 7. So we start at 8, and we go to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 8 to 13, I think, is the right answer. And then we save this and see what we get. So we're getting an answer of 237,543. So let's copy that. Should be our answer. And paste that. You don't seem to be solving the right level. Okay, it worked. I don't know what happened. Boom, look at that. That was the right answer. And so now we have part 2, which I can do part 2 later, maybe. I gotta charge my keyboard.